Hello everybody, welcome back to the JAWA podcast. This is season 11, episode 4. I'm joined by Clea.
Hello.
And Wolfy.
Hi there.
Hi. First episode of the season you've been on, Wolfy. So
Yeah, what have I been doing? I don't know.
I know. Rude.
Yeah, I've been like between work and quarantine, so
Yeah, it makes sense. We'll let you off because of that. We'll start off with how you all doing with quarantine, seeing as that was brought up, kind of thing, and just life, really.
I mean, it's not been as bad. It's just like being indoors with a laptop is kind of sad because I can't game as much as I want to, and since I don't have any work to do either, I'm just kind of running around in circles. But luckily, I'm with my girlfriend, so I'm not alone either.
Oh, that's good.
And she says hi.
Hi.
Hello.
What about you, Clea?
Not too bad. I mean, I'm still working. I'm working remotely, so I'm still pretty busy. But I'm definitely getting stir crazy now.
Yeah.
Because I've been probably working from home for about like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And the official stay at home has been for like 3. So it's been a lot of sitting around.
I can imagine, yeah. Like going from working like outside, like with other people, and that to working from home's not going to be the best.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you get used to seeing people in an office every day and stuff, and then you kind of don't see them anymore. And you can obviously stay in communication, but, you know, messaging is not the same as, like, actually going for a walk or seeing these people in person.
Yeah, no, completely understand that. I mean, anybody listening and stuff will probably know, if you know me and know Doctor, you'll know we normally stay at home all the time anyway, so it's not been that different in that respect, but just before we started the podcast, obviously, I saw my mum and dad, they brought over Easter eggs because it's Good Friday as time of recording, and they left them outside my door, and then they walked back up, because like where I live there's like a little hill, like so you walk out my door, you turn around and there's like a little bit of a hill, and they were up the hill next to the car, and I was outside my door, and we were talking for like 10 minutes, but like I couldn't go up to them, and I think that's like the hardest part for me, is that I can't like see my parents, I can't like go up to them and hug them and stuff, like I had to stay away from them, and like that, it made it feel more real. That and going to the shops, if you've been to like the store at all, it's like a zombie apocalypse, I swear. It's the weirdest shit.
Yeah, I mean, do they do this thing where they just like let people, like only a few people in at a time?
Yeah, you're only allowed one person per like group sort of thing. So if me and Doctor went to the shop, he would have to stay outside essentially. If I was to go in or vice versa, you're not allowed to both go in at the same time. Some people still do, but you're not supposed to. Just to keep it at the minimum of people in the shop, because obviously you can't really stay that far away from them. Like I've tried, but it's very difficult to walk around the shop and get things that you need when trying to avoid people. Like it's just so difficult. Like it's impossible.
Yeah, because like the
store is quite small too, so
even I shop at a giant Walmart, and like even then, like the aisles are like not built for like wide distance between people.
Yeah.
So when you try to, it's like impossible to stay actually 6 feet away from people. But they've started like actually putting out markers on the floor with like tape, and sort of like setting up lines outside for how you actually like enter the store and leave, to make sure that people are actually like staying away from each other and all that. And it's very weird to like go into a giant store, and see everyone walking around with like masks and gloves.
Yeah. No, we've got something similar. I go to several different stores when I go shopping and stuff like that, but like there's 2 that I mainly frequent, I would say. One of them is just up the road from me, and it's a little like, it's kind of like a corner store, and so it sells like your basic stuff. It's got like bread and milk and stuff, but that's where I go for chocolate. I also, if you just heard that, I forgot to turn my Discord as to streamer mode, so I apologise. But yeah, so I go in there, and it's tiny. It is really tiny. And when there's 2 people in the store plus the workers, there's no fucking way that you're avoiding anybody. Like, it's just never gonna happen. And then I went in last week, I want to say it were, because the last time I went in, it was literally only me in the store with the workers, so that weren't bad. And there's markers on the floor and stuff. But I went in like a week ago, and there was tape on the floor and everything where you're supposed to stay and stuff. But people were so close together because there were about 10 people in the store. Like, there was no room to stay away. And, like, it was just so difficult. But now there's, like, cleaning stations in every store that I've been to. There's, like I said, there's markers on the floor. There's people walking around in masks and gloves. I just saw a taxi not long ago, a taxi driver with a mask and gloves on. And it's just not what you expect. Like, you expect to see it now, but, like, at the same time, unless you've seen it, it's weird when you do see it.
Yeah.
It's just,
I think,
odd.
especially because, like, in some places, I mean, if you live in, like, so, like, Jazzy, for example, who lives in New York City, he's got, like, a much different perspective because they're being hit, like, the worst in the United States right now.
Yeah.
But for, like, me, we've been, like, affected, but we don't even have, like, 1,000 cases in my state yet, so it's, like, we still feel it, but it's not necessarily to the same degree as other people, so it still kind of is in that mode where it doesn't feel exactly real yet.
I don't know how many cases we've got in my city, where I live in the UK kind of thing, but I know that it's been all over on local news that places, including Doctor saw one literally probably about 2 hours ago, of a picture being taken of just up the road from us, where there was about 10 people in a group, like, standing all, like, next to each other and stuff and walking about the streets. And it's like, it annoys me because I'm trying so hard to stay away from people. I've just stayed 6 feet away from my parents, who I really didn't want to stay 6 feet away from, but then there's people like that who were just like, fuck it, let me just walk in a group of 10 and 20 people. And it's so annoying.
Those are going to be the people that end up keeping the virus at peak for longer because they just don't want to listen to rules.
Oh yeah.
And it's an unfortunate, sad thing, but, you know, what's going to happen is that, like, they're not going to take it seriously until they're actually affected by it.
For sure.
You know?
Oh,
and that's the worst part.
I feel like I was a bit like that though. But, like, because for those listening didn't know, my mum and dad have had it, or suspect they had it, I guess you can say, because they've not actually been tested, but my dad almost ended up in hospital because it got really bad. And so he was off work. He's a police officer in the UK, so he is an essential worker. But he had to have time off work, and I think at that point it was 7 days quarantine. I think it's like up here to like 14 or something. But at the time it was 7 days, and he was off for 3 weeks because he still weren't better. And until that point, until like my mum and dad had been affected, and plus at that point it wasn't as bad as it is now. I was sort of in that mindset of, it's bad, but it's probably not as bad as the media are making it out to be. And then it happened to my family and stuff. I'm like, oh no, it actually is really bad. And then obviously it's progressively got worse.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, human beings are naturally skeptical, right? Especially when it comes to something that sounds fearful.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to believe it because it's like, then you have to accept that, like, you should actually be afraid of something.
Yeah.
Not afraid, but, like, you should actually, like, alter your life over it. And so I think a lot of people sort of took that approach, and I don't think that's, like, the wrong thing. I think that's just, like, a natural human reaction. It's just the problem is that people didn't kind of take a step back and realize that, like, even if I tell myself that I shouldn't worry, it doesn't mean that should then impact other people, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's this kind of thing that goes like, whether others should worry about it, but not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like the mindset that everyone seems to have, and like I say, I admit that, like, I had a similar mindset with the whole, you know, it's bad, but I feel like it's like that, like you said, with everything, illness, every bad thing that happens in the world, it's like, well, it's bad, but it's probably not going to affect me personally. It's not going to affect my family. But then it does, like it has done, and it's like, damn, this is bad. Because like my dad doesn't get ill very often. Like he's one of them people that's got a very high immune system, and you know, when he does get ill, it's not normally for long, and it's just the typical man flu kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like he's got a cold and that, and then he's like laid on the settee, like feeling sorry for himself, and then 2 days later he's back at work and he's fine. So for him to be off work for 3 weeks and be so ill, where my mum was so scared that she was almost like gonna call an ambulance for him. Like it's very serious. And then I think at that point, that's when I was like, shit, this isn't a joke. This isn't something where it's not going to affect anybody that you know at all. Do you know what I mean? And there's people that are in the clan and stuff that have been affected as well personally, and even with just the lockdown, you know, there's because the clan's obviously got, and JK in general's got a wide variety of people. I mean, just us three in this voice call kind of thing. You know, we've got one from America, one from UK, one from France. Like we're all around the world, so we've had people who've had different experiences, and it's affected us differently. Like you said, with the lockdown, with you've not had like 1,000 cases yet. Here it's getting really, really bad. Like I think the UK getting up there with some of the worst, some of the highest numbers of cases kind of thing. I mean, our Prime Minister's got it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's getting pretty damn bad here. And then you've got people like Frosty, who's Italian, and obviously everyone knows Italy got affected really bad with it. So I don't know. It's interesting to me because it's like it's interesting to know how different people have been affected. Like how like lockdowns affected different people, and I think it's like a good point to get across that. Obviously, there's been an influx sort of going into JAWA and stuff again, but there's like been an influx in obviously people playing, whether that be trolls or members or whatever. There's been an influx of people playing because it's basically all we can do. There's not much else to do because we're all at home and stuff like that. But I have noticed, and I think obviously Claire, I mean you're in council, so you know this as well. A lot of people are sort of, I guess, not really talking about it when they might want to or need to. And so I think it's like anybody who's listening and stuff like that, like, you know, hit anybody up in JAWA if you want to talk sort of thing, especially council members and leaders, you know what I mean? Like, we're here all the time. And we posted, me and Clea posted a topic in Central, so if you're a member you'd know. If you're not a member you wouldn't know, but even if you're not a member, you can talk to us. It's just that we posted it in Central. But our Discords are always open, and also forum PMs. Like, I'll get an email through saying someone's PM'd me, and also every single time I'm up, I've got the forums open. Even at this point, I'm not even looking at them, but I've got the forums open on a separate tab kind of thing. I'm always on there, so talk to us.
Yeah, please reach out. It's very easy to feel isolated right now, and so sometimes just talking to other people is a good place to start in terms of making yourself feel less alone.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't want to, I mean, if you want to pop in voice, please do. Like, we're always in voice as well. Like, especially me, I'm always in voice. As is Seth and things like that. We're always sort of chatting in voice. If you want to pop in voice, even if you've never been in voice before, don't be scared to pop in. Do you know what I mean? We're very accepting of everybody. Like, just come in, chat to us. If you don't want to do that, let's say you just type to us. If you want to play on JK and there's nobody on or something, which is like, oh, there's just trolls on or something, again, drop somebody a PM or just type in our Discord or something and just say, you know, I'm bored, I've got nothing to do and I'm feeling a bit alone. Is there anybody who wants to like play a game? Is there anybody who wants to talk or anything like that? And somebody will reach out. Like, we're all affected in different ways, but we are all affected. So don't stay quiet and like come to us, because it's important, like I said, that even though we are isolated, that you don't feel as isolated especially if you live alone as well. Because I know that, like, I don't live alone. I'm lucky. Obviously, I've got a doctor, but even then,
I mean,
he's asleep right now. I know.
Quote.
Like, doctor's asleep right now, so like, oh, he's in bed at least, trying to get to sleep. So like, you know, I'll just pop into voice because I'm on my own, and I know that if I'm on my own too long, I'll just get upset or something because I'm alone. I don't like being alone. So, yeah, just talk to us. And I think it's a good segue into when we're on about like an influx of people playing on the game and people in JAWA. We've had an influx of members joining, as well as members being promoted. So we'll go on to rank changes for now. And the first one we'll start with is Mardo, which some of you may know, some of you may not. He's an older member, but he's recently rejoined and was given the rank of Padawan. So congratulations, Mardo. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Nice to see you back after so long. Another member that's returned is Zixth, which again some of you may remember. He's returned at his former rank of Padawan. So congratulations and welcome back to you as well. Nice to see you all coming back. And then we've had a retirement. So Agent decided to go into retirement. So we wish you all the luck. We hope to see you soon. And hope you're staying safe as well.
Yeah, I want to see posts and spam.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Agent's great.
Agent is great, yeah. Come into voice again, because you haven't been in voice. Oh, I've not voiced with you for a long time. Come back into voice. So yeah, have fun in retirement, and hopefully you'll come back soon. Another new member, there's a few of them, is Sato, or Saito, however you want to pronounce it. Sato, he recently joined at the rank of Padawan, so congratulations, welcome to the clan.
Welcome.
Yep.
Been fun getting to know you. And then Arceus, long-standing member, was recently promoted to the rank of Knight. So well done for that. It's a good rank, that.
Congrats.
Yes, congrats. It's a fun rank.
Aliens. Just want to say that real quick. If you don't get the reference, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, that's a good one though.
Arceus is good. He's a good guy. Another new member, like I said, there's a few of them, is HGK, as you may see him on there, or also known as High Ground Kenobi. Recently joined at the rank of Padawan, so congratulations and welcome to the clan, High Ground.
Hello there.
Yes, hello there. Yes. And this one amuses me. Prodigal Knight was promoted to Knight. So congratulations. I don't know why it amuses me so much, just Knight, Prodigal Knight. But congratulations on the rank of Knight. Nice to see that. Then we've got another old member returning, which is Water, which you all will more than likely know, the skilled player, Water. He decided to come back at the rank of Padawan. So congratulations, Water. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Thanks for owning us in the league again.
I know. Even less chance of winning league, which is fun. Welcome back. Good to see you back, Water. And then we had, this is a big promotion, this. So Anoke, again, everybody knows Anoke, well known for hosting game night, and well known for posting about her guinea pigs. That Anoke. She was promoted to Guardian. So well done. That's a good rank. So
Congrats.
yes, congratulations. I like the rank Guardian. It's fun.
Oh yeah, when I first joined, it was what I aimed to be.
Yeah. That was
Guardian looks really cool, and now look where I am.
yeah. That was the rank that I said to myself that I want, because obviously that's the last site on rank. I was like, I'm going to get to that before I apply for council, which I did. I got to Guardian because I wanted to complete all of the same ranks so that my profile looked nice.
Do the same actually. Like Guardian and then Council. And
Yeah,
then Disciple, Council again, Lord.
yeah. It's like after that, then it's like either applying to council or waiting for Lord or taking the master trials and getting master kind of thing. There's not much like after Guardian, so I was like, yeah, I want to get to Guardian and then I'll get council. And now if I ever step down from council, I'll get Lord or Lady anyway. So I'm sorted. The only rank I can't get is leader. Yeah.
Yeah. You literally can't go back to blue. You can only go back to yellow.
I know. Well, I mean, I could.
Well, I guess you could get
but
or you got demoted.
yeah, if I got demoted, or I asked for it. If I was like, yeah, I want to go back to Guardian, then I could.
I don't want a yellow rank. I want blue.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's been demoted in years now.
Yeah, I don't remember the last person to get demoted. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get demoted, to be fair. I mean, I know it's happened.
I have in like 2010, 2011, something. I was such a long time ago.
Yeah. It's not really a thing anymore. It's very hard to get demoted, I'd say. Yeah, congratulations, Anouk. Well done on the rank of Guardian. Good work. Keep it up. And then another new member is X. He applied to JAWA and received the rank of Padawan, so congratulations.
Welcome, the other David.
The other David, yes, of course. Welcome. It's been fun getting to know you as well. Because X has been coming to voice a few times, which is nice. Then Silux also applied to be a member of JAWA and got the rank of Padawan, so congratulations to you as well.
Congrats.
Welcome. And then again, another new member. See what I mean? Influx of new members. Donna Jello is being welcomed into the clan at the rank of Padawan as well. Congratulations. Welcome. And also Sturge applied to the clan and got the rank of Padawan. So well done. Nice to see new members.
Welcome. Yeah.
It's nice to get some new ones as well as like long-standing members getting promoted. So it's nice to see a lot of new Padawans. And then we've got the Coup was promoted recently to the rank of Jedi. So well done, Coup.
Congrats.
Congratulations. And then another Guardian. We've had our well-known Joker or Bromister or Prane or Joshua, whatever you want to call him, was promoted to Guardian.
So many names.
Too many names. I just call him Joker or Bro. Like,
literally, when I was trying to do the promo and everything on the forums, I was like, why can't I find him? Why can't I find him? Why can't I find him? Literally, because I was looking for the wrong name. I'm like,
It's like, you need to find. He's Preen on the forums. He's Joshua on the wiki, and he's Bro on the server usually. But then I think on Discord is Joker. Like, people know him as Joker. It's very confusing, Joker. Pick a name. Go with one, please. But congratulations on Guardian. I didn't realise you'd actually been in the clan that long. Like...
Yeah.
That's true. It's one of the players like really active, and we always see him. And, like, he's been here forever, pretty much.
Yeah, he joined slightly before I rejoined, I think, which was like April 2019 or so.
Yeah.
So like it's sometime early 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 2019.
It's just gone by so fast. Because I remember him joining a nice Guardian sort of thing. So it's like it's just gone by really fast. It's gone by really fast since I rejoined as well. So you know, time goes by. But congratulations, Joker. Keep it up. Excited to see you as a Lord next. And then the last one that we've got is Yun. Applied to the clan again and was promoted to Padawan, so there's another new member. Congratulations, John.
Congrats.
It's really nice that list is like a lot of like new members.
Yeah.
Because like I love a good regular promotion. I love members coming back as well. Like that's really nice to see a few of them. But it's nice that we've got like some new people coming in, and they're good people as well. They're nice people getting to know them. So if you've not met them yet, go meet.
It's all important, so it's really interesting to see where they're going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's always nice to see like let's say I remember Joker joining, and now he's guarding kind of thing, and he's done a lot in the clan kind of thing. So it's like it's nice to see new members coming in and then working their way up and doing things in JAWA, and sort of like putting their footprint on JAWA, which is it's just really nice to see. So I'm excited to see what you guys bring to JAWA, and then obviously the people that have come back and that, and like Agent retiring and that, like well done and good luck and everything on all the rank changes there. Nice to see. So next up we've got club/event section. So this is like a bit of everything, I guess. The first one we've got is Shinny and Arceus were welcome back into the admin corps. So well done, welcome back. Glad to see you back on board.
Welcome back.
We need it.
Yeah, welcome back. Don't screw everything up.
Yeah, don't screw anything up. Yeah, please. It's nice to see more admins. We've got a few in training. They're not on this list, but we've got a few in training as well.
They're in very good hands, these guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. Wolfy will treat you how to be wise, as I taught him. So
exactly.
Yeah, so it's all good. You're in safe hands. Yeah. Yeah, nice to see you two back as admins. Well done. Next up is quite a big and exciting one actually. Is we've got 2 new captains of the Knights Club. That's Jazzy and Magnus Decana. Great picks, in my opinion. Well done,
Absolutely.
guys. Like amazing picks. So they join Cloud being manager, to run Knights, which is really nice. It's nice to see like a lot more variety going off.
Yeah, and for sure, shout out to Cloud, who has been an active part of keeping that club fun and interesting for a while.
Yes.
Not that he's going away, because he's not, but he was shouldering that load for himself by a while after Red Shadow retired, so great work.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Amazing work. If you're all wondering where Cloud is, like in general in Knights, if you've gone to Knights or something and you wondered where he is, his PC's broken. That's the only reason he's not been on. Otherwise he would still be there. So it's not that he's not appointed captains because he wants to leave or anything like that. He needed a bit of hand anyway, and because his PC broke, I guess it was like the perfect time. Plus he's council now, so obviously he's got more like stuff to do within JAWA, so it made sense. And Jazzy and Magnus are great members, great people, and definitely great picks. They're very passionate about Knights, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
I think they fit well with Cloud in that kind of circle of being like that passionate about the club.
Agreed.
Yeah. So amazing to see. Well done, you two. Looking forward to seeing what you sort of. I mean, I've already seen bits, but like I look forward to see what else you come up with Knights and keeping it running. Well done. Speaking of Knights, we've got 2 new Knights members joining. One of them is rejoining, I think. Yeah, of course. Which is Water. He rejoined Knights, and then one of them, new member, Sato, joined Knights. Obviously, like I said, everyone knows Water's a great player, like one of the best skilled that we've had in JAWA. And Sato is equally very good. So them 2 joining. It's nice to see. It means we're going to kick some butt in some clan matches,
including mine.
Yeah, including yours.
I mean, all of us, quite frankly, because like they're both really good.
Like Knights has got some like very good players. Like people that have joined to become good have become good. Some people like Water and that are joined obviously, and they already are good. So it's like it's nice to see basically JAWA having a very good chance of winning clan matches.
The Knights are stacked right now, at least.
Oh yeah, I feel like now Knights are like, I don't want to say unbeatable because they're not, but like I don't remember the last clan match they lost basically, which is a great segue again onto the next 2 things, which is we've had some clan matches. First one was on the 14th of March, which was JAWA versus Revelation being our allies, kind of like a sister clan. Former council member of JAWA, Muku, is the leader of Rev. and creator of Rev, and JAWA won 3-0. So well done, amazing work. Always
Good job,
fun.
everyone.
Correct.
Yeah, get wrecked, Rev. Haha. Always good to see. Even though I'm not like a Knights member anymore, I do love watching a good clan match. Like, I don't normally participate, but I do normally like log in and just spectate and watch it because it is fun, and like being voicing that while they're playing, and that it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched one, so we get to look at copies and join them every once in a while, like if they.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's worth a spectate. It's also fun, like I said, being in voice. I think the last one that they did, I'm always in voice, so of course we're in voice for it. I think like Doctor and Jazzy and Seth and that were all in voice, and that. And then obviously they were doing the clan match, and it's just nice to like listen to them. And then I think after the Rev one, Muku and a couple of others from Rev that were playing jumped into our voice, and afterwards, and that I spoke about it. It's just so much fun to watch, and sometimes participate.
And the clan matches are always open, so like if you're interested in just stopping in and watching, you can very easily come in and watch.
Yeah,
it's not like some private thing you can't get access to.
Yeah.
And if you are interested in like nights and stuff, and you watch, if you join voice, you'll get to hear kind of like how people communicate during a TFFA and stuff. So
yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it's better than esports, so if you like esports, go ahead, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's very much like you say, like spectators commenting on what's happening and that kind of thing, and you know, it is definitely worth a watch, even if you don't like want to join nights and participate and things like that. Like me, I do enjoy watching it, and like Claire said, it's not locked. I mean, it is locked. There is a password, but we can give it out. The only reason there's a password is to prevent like trolls and that coming in and ruining it. That's the only reason there's a password. It's not to keep you out. So if you want to like come and watch and be in spectate, just message either one of the Knights captains or like obviously Cloud or something, or message a council or leader. We'll give it you. It's, you know, don't worry about it. We'll just hand you over that password and you can come and have a look.
Yeah, I guess it could be interesting to stream it too, like even from a perspective.
I have been asked to stream it a few times by a few different people, so I think I am going to start when I am there, when I catch the clan matches kind of thing. I'm going to start streaming them to the JAWA Twitch.
Yeah, and then you can transition to YouTube or something. It could be really interesting,
definitely.
Especially since the games come out to like Switch and Xbox and PS4.
Yeah. So
maybe a lot more people will take an interest in it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think I'll start streaming them, and then like I said, uploading them to YouTube and that. So that should be. I'll start working on that. Because like I said, I always enjoy it, and I know other people enjoy watching it. So I don't see why I shouldn't stream it. But yeah, well done, JAWA, and well done, Rev. Always fun to have you guys about and sort of go on each other's servers and things like that, so it's nice to have a clan match with you. We also had another clan match, which was more recent, which was on the 4th of April, and that was JAWA versus Gods. Gods we've gone to a clan match a few times with now, and again, JAWA won 3-0. This is what I mean, where I don't want to say they're unbeatable, but damn, they're hard to beat. Like JAWA are like smashing it recently. So well done again, JAWA. Well done, Gods. Always fun. I've watched a few Gods matches with JAWA, and they're always fun. And the people in Gods are really lovely as well. So that was nice to see. That one ended a little bit differently. They had the match 3-0, like I said, and then they also did a last man standing afterwards. So it's not always just a clan matches you'll be watching, and anyone could participate in that last man standing as well. So. A little bit of fun to wind down afterwards. So, yeah, well done, JAWA. Well done, Gods. Well done, Rev. Always fun. GG. I'll pass this one on to Clea, considering it's Clea's forte now.
Wow, thanks.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it when, you know, you do stuff like that. It just makes me feel real good.
Oh, I'm glad.
Just give me all the things. So I am the manager for the event planners, and we are still recruiting. So if you're interested in hosting events, please open an application, or you can speak to me or Malgus, who's the captain. It's not, you don't have to have admin. It's not a requirement. And, we're just looking for some new ideas. So even if you aren't interested in becoming a member, but you're interested in coming up with ideas or have an idea, kind of like Sprout's idea, for example, feel free to post that on the forums or contact someone in the club. And we would definitely be more than willing to work with you to try it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, please join, guys. I know I mention it every podcast. Obviously, it's not my fault anymore. I started mentioning it when I was manager. I feel it only fitting that Claire now mention it. But it's definitely a lot of fun, and I say this every time, but it is. And like you said, even if you don't want to be a part of it, and you just want to, you've got this idea for an event in your head, and it can come from anything as well. One of the clans, I would say, favourites, and a few other clans have hosted it as well, outside of JAWA, is Trouble in Terrorist Town, which is something that Doctor started up, and he got that from, I want to say it was like Gary's mod. It was like a game on there, but he adapted it to JK. You can do that all, like things like that. There's like Halo games that I know that I think him and, I don't know whether it was you, Claire, or it was somebody else. There's certain Halo games that like he enjoys, kind of thing. He's like, oh, we could adapt this to be in JAWA, so it doesn't have to be, I don't want to say not original, it is original, but like, you know what I mean, it doesn't have to be completely made up off the top of your head. If you found a game that you like and you think you can adapt that to JK, go for it. It works, because Trouble in Terrorist Town is like one of everybody's favourites.
Yeah, we used to do gun game as well, like adapted from, I think it was Call of Duty.
Yeah,
and I mean, don't feel afraid. Like the biggest thing is, like, not every event idea is going to work, right? Even if it's like the coolest idea in the world. You have to try them out. Sometimes they just don't work practically, or sometimes they only work under certain conditions. For example, like sometimes when events can be complex, they're harder to hold with more people. So, but there's something that can work in a smaller, like, closed environment. So, like, don't be afraid that if, like, the event fails, that, the idea was wrong or something. It's all part of the creative process. So, please share your ideas if you have any.
Yeah, for sure, exactly. And it, like you said, if it don't work, it don't work. Like, at the end of the day, you've tried something, and that's great. Like, that's all sort of we need, is just, because it might work, it might not, but like either way, because then if it does work, it could become like a Trouble in Terrorist Town or a Valis Hunt, or these Hunger Games, these really popular games that like everybody loves, and people request as well. People request them ones being done. So I mean, it could become that, or it could become like a sideline one that it's not hosted very often, but some people do host it, or it could just never work. But you won't know until you try. Like, that's supposed to be anything, really.
Yeah, and to some other stuff about EP as well. So one is, we hold game night every Wednesday. We try to rotate the games as much as possible, but obviously, with a limited amount, you can only rotate them so much. And sometimes you have to kind of pick based on the crowd. But last week I had a couple of people reach out to me about some specific stuff. If there's a game that, like, you don't like, or you're kind of a little bit tired of because we've done it too much, please, like, let me know, because it's, unless you tell me directly or you say something on the server time, or something in Discord, there's no way for me to know. And if there's like 15 people at game night and 10 of them are like, I really don't want to play this game, then we can switch it for something else instead of you either becoming bored or leaving. So, like, please let us know.
Yeah.
And also, we're going to be most likely in the future expanding to a second game night per week.
Ooh.
So if it's something that you can't make on Wednesdays, there's still other opportunities to participate.
That's a good idea, that. I didn't know this. That's why I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm not joking, like, I've not heard this idea. So, I like that, because I do think that, like I say, if people can't make it on Wednesdays, it's kind of like, well, shit. Like, can't make game night.
The time at Wednesday is, like, really awkward, because it's, like, great if you're in
Like
the JAWA time zone.
Yeah.
Right, because it's like at nighttime after everybody's like off from.
Yeah.
But if you like don't live in that time zone, it's like 7:30ish. But yeah, if you don't live in that time zone, it's either you have to like sacrifice something in your schedule or you just can't make it.
Yeah.
And that goes for the hosts too. You know, for the people in the U.S. who are also EPs. So.
Yeah, you can just kind of. I never really thought about it like that, but it is true. Like I said, it's like 7:30 p.m. for me.
Yeah, which is 2:30 for me in the afternoon.
And that's on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like most people will be at work or doing work or whatever it is. Like even outside of like the lockdown and stuff, like people will be going out like to work and stuff. So it's not the most ideal for that. So it'd be nice to have like our nights does. They've got like EU and NA practices.
Yeah.
It'd be like an EU game night and an NA game night kind of deal. Is that the kind of thing you're going for?
Yeah, basically, and then a chance to kind of like try out newer stuff that's like maybe because the second game night per week is not necessarily going to be as consistent.
Yeah.
So like the game night on Wednesday is going to stay there. It's going to be there at the same time every week. But this one might be something that we only do like maybe twice a month or once, once a week. It kind of depends, but it's a great place to like try new ideas and maybe do stuff in kind of like a smaller setting because like everyone kind of already knows about the first game night. Yeah. So sometimes you join the server and there's 30 people on there. Yeah. And that can get a little bit crazy to either try new things or to do some events. So this will give an opportunity to kind of do some alternative stuff that maybe requires more planning without having 30 people on the server.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It could also be like maybe a good idea to like either lock the server type thing or to like go on one of the other servers that we've got because we've got a few.
Yeah.
Which we'll get onto later, but we have got a few. So like
yeah, that's kind of the plan at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think that's we talked about a lot of server activity and a lot of new members, but I'm sure a lot of people have noticed that that's increased some negative presence on the server.
Yes.
And so that's something that we're working through now, but that's kind of impacted EPs in particular because it's already very hard and potentially stressful to host an event, even when you have 20 people who are cooperating, but it's even more difficult when you have even just 2 people not cooperating. So that might be something that happens in the future as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a good idea, that, and I'll look forward to like seeing that. And because like obviously I used to be an EP manager, I used to be an EP member and stuff like that, but like I don't normally go to game nights, and it's not because I don't like them, and it's not because it's a time that I can't make, because I can, but because it's so hectic. It's sort of sometimes it's not fun like depending on who's on and what's going down, sometimes it's not fun. So it's like and I think that's obviously not just me that's obviously thinking that. A few people will be thinking that, because obviously if, like I said, if there's 30 people on and like 20 of them are trolls, it's very difficult. Like it's very difficult to enjoy it, and it's very difficult to host it.
Yeah, this is something you and I have talked about previously, and I think that's a really good point. And if you are interested and that's like a concern for you, know that that's like something that we are working on. And I'm trying to make an effort to make sure that even if you do have admin yourself, there's always another person there with admin, because it's very difficult to run an event and do admin duties at the same time.
Yeah.
In the sense that like if you have a troll or someone who's causing issues, kind of hard to like set up the server for an event at the same time that you're trying to silence someone or whatever. So that's another thing that will hopefully be more apparent in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely. Some exciting things going off, and event planners has always been fun. Game night is always fun. And with like new changes and stuff like that, basically, I think people just need to look out for it and stuff, and just message you really if there's any, like you say, if there's anything that they want to do, or I was presuming like any questions or anything at all really. Anything event planners, go to Clear and go to Malgus. You can go to like another council member, but we will pass it on because it's not really our jurisdiction. We don't deal with it, like, unless we really have to. We don't sort of touch EPs because it's not ours. But it is
and I mean, like,
it's Malgus's.
Yeah, and don't feel I'm a very easygoing person, so if you don't like something, like, seriously, don't be like afraid to say that this sucks or whatever, you know? Like, oh, I don't want to like offend that. I don't care. Just say it. Like,
I would say that goes with like all council members, and I think this is a good point to like I can't say that word.
Reiterate.
Yeah, that one. Is that like we kind of mentioned in the beginning, and we'll be mentioning it a little bit later, with people coming to us and stuff like that. Anything at all, like, this council is in a sort of state in a generation where everyone is so laid back. Like, and I promise you, like, we are so like chill. Like, it is, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a council member. Like, you know, I was doing this before, like, podcast before I was a council member and things like that, and I still do it. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like there's other things in that, like going in voice and things like that. If you see voice and you see that it's just council members, we're not in there because we're council. We're in there because that's what we did before council, and that's what we enjoy, and we are having a laugh. We are not like, you know, you could come in there and you could say something or whatever. You can voice a concern. If you want to talk to us privately, you can do that as well. Anything at all, do not be afraid to come to us. Like, we're not going to tell you off. We're not going to shout at you. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just going to, you know, if even if it's something that we shut down, if it's an idea that you've had that we shut down, we're not going to have a go at you for it because it's an idea that you've had. We're just going to basically like, we'll be very polite and kind about it. Do you know what I mean? We are a relaxed council. So with EPs, with podcast, if you've got any concerns or problems or whatever, come to me and Doctor. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not going to bite your head off or anything. We're not that kind of council. Like, we do not really care if you tell us, not in a bad way. I know that comes across as like, oh, we don't care, but like, we're not going to get offended or angry because you've said you don't like something. Actually, we prefer, and I think you to say that.
Yeah, I mean, this is obviously, this is not objective, but for anyone who's joined Voice between yesterday and like a year ago, probably knows all of us pretty well.
Yeah. And
knows that we all get along really well, and we're kind of always in a joking manner going at each other. So like, we're, I would say, a pretty tight knit group. Definitely. And so like, we're all here to support you. So if you have something you want to say, like, we're absolutely going to be around to listen.
Definitely, yeah. And like, when we say like we're a tight knit group, we don't mean like, oh, we don't let others in either. Like,
it's not a clique. It's a you know.
It's just the only reason like we get along really well because we're in voice all the time. So if you're in voice all the time, we'll get along with you as well. Like, it's just that we've spent so many hours and days and weeks and years in voice talking to the same people that we just get to know them and we become friends with them. That's kind of how it works. And it's not that we're just friends with people in voice either. We are friends with people outside of it. It's just, so like, don't feel like you can't come to us about anything. Like, please, like, I want to reiterate that, like, we want you to come to, we would rather you come to us with a concern than keep it to yourself and leave. Like, we don't want that. We don't want, if we can prevent it, if we can change something or we can help you, we would much rather that than you keeping it to yourself because you don't want to upset us or offend us or all like that. We're not the kind of council that get upset and offended very easily at all. Like, you have to try very hard to upset and offend me. Like, very hard.
I mean, either way, it's a step in the right direction, because if there's something you don't like, then we can work towards making it better.
Yeah.
Be like it, just like, you know, it's nice.
Yeah. And I mean, privacy is a big thing for both us and for you. So like, if there's something that you want to speak about that you're like, hey, I want to talk about this privately, I don't want anyone else to know, just tell us that up front, and that's something that we will respect, you know, whether that's like privately in a Discord call, privately just over Discord, like direct messages, whatever it is, like we will respect that. So
Definitely.
you know,
and we'll respect it with like other accounts. The only time, so if you come to us and like, for example, if you came to me and said, I've got this, that and the other concern, but I don't want you to tell the other council, the only time I will tell the other council and leaders if you've specifically told me not to, and I will tell you that I'd tell them, is if it's going to like harm you, or if it's going to affect you really badly, if it's going to affect us or anything like that, like a bit like a sort of patient doctor confidentiality kind of thing, a bit like that. If it's going to affect really badly you or somebody else, then I would have to go to the rest of the council. But that again, if it's just like, oh yeah, I've just got this problem with this person, I don't want you to tell the rest of the council, I just wanted to get off my chest or whatever, that's fine. And also if we had to go to another person because we've got you know, say you've reported somebody else for doing something, your name would never come up. Like, we never do that. Even if you know, say, oh, I don't mind if you drop my name in it, we wouldn't. Like, we would never drop your name in it. We make sure that we don't do that because, again, it's you know, you come to us in confidence, we ain't gonna do that. Like, at the end of the day, we're just gonna, if we have to talk to a specific person that, like, say for an example, you've reported somebody, we would go to that person and just say, look, we've had this report, or we've had a few reports about you, about doing this, that and the other, whatever it is. We would never want like drop a name ever. Like, and if they want to blame anybody as well, they can blame us. Like, we do not care. Like, that is fine. So like, don't, with EPs, with podcasts, with any club, anything in JAWA, anything outside of JAWA, like, we would much rather you come to us than not come to us. So if you come to us, we ain't gonna shout.
Yeah, even if it's something that's like not bad per se, but like it's like just personal. Like, say for example, you have something life that you go on LOA for that you don't want to make a about. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Telling us is the only thing you need to do.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to go into like super detail, you know, but you can always be sure that like the rules you set will be the things that we follow, you know, unless like Rose said, where it's like it's something that is going to be like very detrimental, in which case like we would speak to the other council members, but like that's where it would end. It wouldn't go beyond that.
Exactly. The only way that, like I said, the only way it'd go anywhere further than you and the person that you've spoken to is the council. That's and that's if it's needed. If it's not needed and you don't want it to go there, then we will not go. You know what I mean? Like, and the only reason we talk to the council anyway is just so that we're all in the loop. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, you know, we're not going to be like, oh yeah, we need to slander this person around because we need to tell everybody that this person has said this about such and such, or said this about something. That's never going to happen. It never has, and it never would. But like I said, like anything like that, come to us. We're a very laid back council. You know, even if you just want to just chat, like, and with the LOA stuff, you know, you probably guys won't have even noticed sometimes, but like sometimes the council will go on LOA and you won't see a post, and that's because we've just said it in council chat. The council know. They're the only people that need to know. We are, because we're the ones that check your activity. We're the ones that like do this, that and the other. So we're the only ones that need to know. So if you come to us and say, I'm going on LOA, don't really want to send our, but it's quite personal and I don't want to make a post. Okay. Like, just let us know when you're back. Stay safe, whatever, you know. Always here if you need to chat. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah. And, you know, to stress Rose's point about, you know, just being around to chat, I think, and I hope people don't really feel this way, but, you know, if you do feel this way, know that, like, just because we have the council name doesn't mean that we always have, because if we are council members, we are also members of the clan and people.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, if you have something where you're like, I just want to vent about something, but I don't want this to be, like, sort of anything that becomes a thing, like, you know, I don't want you to tell anyone else. Like, we can listen and have a discussion about it without coming from, like, a council perspective, you know? So, like, if you were like, wow, Clear's such a dick. Like, he did this thing on voice that really pissed me off, and you want to tell Rose about it. Like, you could vent about that situation and not have it turn into something if you just tell her, like, hey, I don't want this to be a thing. I just kind of want to, like, vent,
Yeah.
And then Rose would be like, okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like, you can do things like that. And I think, again, to reiterate your point of, I really can't say that word, I'm so sorry. To sort of go back onto that point that you just made of our tags and stuff, yeah, because we've got, a lot of people see the council or leader tag and think, oh, they're whatever. That's not the case. Like I said, if you see us in voice, yeah, it might be me, Clea, Doctor, Chryso, and Seth, because like we in Cloud. That's like pretty much every council and leader, and like every council and leader, pretty much all of them anyway. Frequent voice. We're not in there as council. When we're in voice, we aren't in there as council. The only time we're in there as council is if you see us in the council voice chat, which you can't even join anyway. So like, if we're in regular voice, we're
not talking about anything.
Yeah,
but just messing around.
Exactly. Like, if I'm in regular voice, I'm just Rose. If I'm in council voice, I'm council Rose. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is a difference. And like, if something happens while we're in voice and we need to go down to council, we will just say, look, we've just got some council business. We'll be back up, and we'll drop down. We'll come back up again. Like, if you ever went in voice, again, Wolfy will know this. Anybody will know this who's been in voice. We are always trash talking each other, insulting each other, being knobheads to each other. That's basically all it is. It's not anything serious in there. It's always just a laugh. That's all we do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were like that in real life, not in real life, but like that. Yeah. Like in the context of casual conversations, we just know that there's something wrong because that's not how we are on the server. Like.
Yeah, exactly. We just have casual conversations. We have a laugh. We joke around. Sometimes we play other games as well. We don't just play JK. Sometimes we'll be playing Cards Against Humanity or something. Like, it's fun and it's a laugh and it's not what you... I feel like from an outside perspective it can seem like it'd be quite daunting to go in there, especially with seeing the same names, not even council, but just seeing the same names over and over. But trust me, if you join voice once, if you wanted to, you'd know instantly that it's not council members speaking there. Like, this is just us. Like, this is how we are. Like, it's just
this is how
stupid.
we were before council. It's how we'll be after council.
Yep, literally. Like, I'll never change. Just because I've got a council tag doesn't mean I'm any different to how I used to be. And I think that's just a point that we need to, like, I guess, drill into you all, because I feel like it is being lost. That because we've suddenly got this tag, we suddenly are different. We're not. The only thing that's changed is we have more work to do with behind the scenes on JAWA. That's it. Like, and we can promote people now and stuff like that. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that's changed. So keep that in mind.
At the end of the day, we're all just members and just looking to have some fun, regardless of ranks. A community of people who just enjoy having fun and playing Jack Anime.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, that's all this is. We are just real life people who like Star Wars, like JK, have a laugh and enjoy talking to each other. That's all this is at the end of the day. It is a game, and we are real people, and that's sort of all you need to remember. And hopefully this maybe spark someone to like say, if they are having a problem, or even if they're not, if they just want to talk or whatever, they may be like, oh, okay, then and then hopefully you guys listening will like understand that and like notice that, because all it takes is just one conversation with us and you'll know that we're not how I guess the tag would perceive, because the tag has got, I guess, some bad stuff with it, because it looks quite daunting, but it's not. At the end of the day, it's just a word at the beginning of our names on the server. That's it. That's all it is. It don't really mean that much. It just means that we've got some back end stuff on the wiki and the forums. That's it. That's all it really means. Like, and we can sort out problems like easier than like without having it, because we've got sort of the power in a way like to do that. That's all it means. So just remember that, and like I say, like if it's anything to do with the club, go to them specific people, even if they're not council. You can go to like I said, event planners. You can go to Clear, who obviously is council, but Malgus isn't. He's captain. Knights, Jazzy and Magnus are not council, but you can go to them because they're captains. Or again, Cloud, who is. Podcast, alright, again, that might seem a bit daunting because the manager's a council and the captain's a leader, but like, you know, we're in a relationship and this is just how this works. Like, that's all that is. Like, don't worry. Also, if you need anything from Doctor and you don't want to go to him because you're scared of the leader tag, one, Doctor's the softest thing I've ever seen in my life, I swear down. He's like the softest person ever. And two, if you'd rather come to me, I sit next to him on a daily. Like, do you know what I mean? In real life. So, like, I could just tell him that something needs doing, or we need to look into this, you know, and he can just do it. Like, trust me, like, I've got him to, like, I don't know, something's behind on something. I'm like, yeah, this needs doing. And because he's leader, he can do it, and he'll do it. Like, it's, if you just want to come to me because you want something from Doctor, and vice versa. If Doctor's asleep and you need him, message me, and vice versa. It's the best way to do it, and it's quite lucky actually. Like, because then again, like, I won't wake him up or anything unless it's like dire, like it's urgent and it's bad. But like, I won't wake him up or anything. But like, then when he wakes up, I can then just tell him. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to wait too long then. So that's important to know. And also, if you ever do come in voice, don't be scared that I'm shouting at Doctor a lot. It's just how we roll. I mean, if you listen to the last podcast, you would know this. It's literally called We're Having Domestic for a reason. I shouted at him throughout the whole thing, and it was brilliant.
And most of the time, it's all in play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say, like, I keep changing this, like, number, but, like, I would say, like, 90 to 95% of the time, it's a joke. Like, I'm just messing with him. The only time it's real is if he's really, like, really done something. But, like, again, that's rare.
Yeah.
Like,
and most of the time, you'll hear what he did.
Yeah.
So
you'll hear what he did.
You'll know.
Yeah. You'll hear what he did. Trust me. Like if he's done something or whatever. Trying to think of examples.
You'll hear his giggle.
Yeah, you'll hear his giggle, and then you'll know it's a joke because he's giggling. Like, if he don't giggle and I don't laugh, then you know I'm serious at him.
Yeah.
But like, if you hear his giggle and you hear me laugh, then you know it's not a joke. And even if it is serious, it's not gonna turn into anything. It's just I shout at him, he does his puppy dog eyes, and I'm like, fine, I'll do it anyway, because it's usually him asking me to do something. Like, that's just how we roll.
Or he took the last cig or something.
Yeah, or I've come in from being asleep and he's eating the rest of my chocolate, and I'm like, bitch, that's my chocolate.
But that's the thing though, right? Is you'll be like, you took the last cig, and then you'll know. Like, you'll know what the cause of the argument is.
Yeah.
So right there, you'll just be like, well, you shouldn't have taken the last one.
Yeah. Or like, he'll say something, I'll be like, no, Joshua, I don't want to do that. And he's like, and then I'll just be like, fine then, I've got to go to the shop because Joshua won't come with me, and then you'll know why I'm mad, because he won't come to the shop, and I've got to do it myself. Yeah, like, it's always explained. I love it. Like, I love that, like, everyone just knows that I'm likely to shout.
Their domestics are always about continuity. You'll always know what's happening in the story at every. You'll never need the spark notes or the cliff notes or whatever for the plot details.
Yeah, no, you'll just know what's happening. Even if you're coming halfway through, you'll know what's happening. Like, you'll know why I'm shouting. And it don't even usually last that long.
You'll get filled in.
Yeah, you'll get filled in. If you come in and you're just like, what's going on? Then Claire could be like, oh, Rose is shouting at Doctor because he is making her get up to the fridge again when he won't do it himself. As an example, just because he makes me do that a lot. I said makes, and it sounds like he's like put a gun to my head or something. No, he just makes me like, he's just like, get me this, and then he's so persistent, and then I just get annoyed because I've got no patience, and I'm just like, fine, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah. Or he'll come up with some lousy excuse.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to answer this leader message.
Or his favourite excuse is, I've got asthma. And that's not an excuse, man. I can't do this. I've got asthma. I'm like, no, it's not how that works.
So
I
I can't
can't-
do this. I have to respond to Wolfie calling me trash.
Yeah.
I have
Lit-
to-
Really important.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is really important. Wolfie just
I
called
have
me
to-
trash, and I've
yeah,
got to get
I
him
have
back.
to get insulted by him.
Yeah,
all the time.
it's so funny and I love it. Oh, I love voice so much. Like, it is literally the best thing, in my opinion.
Yeah,
in Java.
that's another thing too, is that, you know, never feel intimidated by who's in there. And I'm not saying that just from like a rank perspective, but just like, you know, I'm sure all the time you see our names in there, don't be like afraid to come in. It's not something in which like you'll feel excluded from the conversation or whatever. It's a very like open, jovial kind of
Yeah.
just fun conversation. So,
And
you
it's
know.
not like, I mean, we are all friends and everything, but it's not like you're going to be interrupting a friend group or anything like that. Like, we are so happy when new people come in voice. Like, we've had it
Yeah.
with some new members keep coming in voice. Sato, for example, and X, they'll come in voice and that, and you know, they're getting to know us and that, and they're having a laugh with us, and they're in voice quite a bit now.
Yeah, it's the closest thing we have to like going to the pub and having a drink
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, we can't
It's a
all
perfect way to
meet up.
describe it.
Yeah, exactly. We can't all meet up and have a beer together. So we do it in voice instead. And there has been times where I've got drunk in voice, and a few other people have as well. And
That's happened before.
yeah, that's fun. My birthday last year was that. I was getting drunk in voice and playing games the whole day. And it'll probably happen this year as well, because I can't leave the house. So I'll probably be just getting some alcohol in and drinking on voice. How it works. But yeah, so come to us and that. Go to Cleo and Malgus if there's anything, any questions, anything at all that you need to talk to about EPs. And similarly, these two aren't council. And again, if there's any problems, you should go to them too with the post. Go to Wolfie, and I'm making them mainly go to Wolfie. No, I'm kidding. Go to Wolfie
Yeah.
and go to Helena. Them two are in charge of the post. The post is, again, segue. The post is recruiting. Again, still, there's not that many members. Cleo actually just joined the post, which is
I
fun.
did. So
As
did
is
Malgus, actually.
Yeah, Malgus is rejoined. I'm in the post. Obviously, Wolfie and Helena run the post, so they're in it. I think Arlewin's in the post as well.
Yep.
And that is it. So you see, there's not that many members at the moment, and there's always, you know, something to do.
Yeah, if you want an outlet to do literally anything you want to talk about, whether it's like any format, whether it's like graphic or text or even a video, you know, you can just actually feature on the post and we'll do it for you. Like, it's a hub of creativity of sorts. So
Exactly. It's similar
even if
to
it's
the
like one time, you
podcast.
don't yeah, it's similar to the podcast or the event podcast. Like, you're not contractually obligated to do several of these if you don't feel like doing one. Like, if you want to write a review of something, like once, you can do it,
Exactly.
and you're not going to be like stuck to us like doctors, stuck to Rose.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I know that, like, I have a section on the post that I've done once, and I've been a member for a few months now, but I've only done it once, and it's like, it's called Rose's Creative Corner, and I did this meme, which, if you haven't seen it, I can't remember what post it's in. I think it's like post 101 or 102. I think it's 101. I can't remember, but go check it out if you haven't. You'll see that it's there, and I created this meme kind of thing. You can do things like that, but I've only done it once because, like, you know, sometimes I don't have inspiration to do it, sometimes I do, so I'll do whatever. Cleo, I don't think you've decided what you're going to do. Are you actually doing box reviews? Because if you're not, I'll cry. Like, I
Oh,
swear
no, I
down.
am. No, that's the thing now.
I
You
love
said it. It's written in stone. It can't go away.
I love it. I know, Wolfie, you do your interview and stuff, but do you want to do like a baguette review? Because that icing on cake,
Yeah,
that
I mean,
baguette review and
yeah.
box review.
That's the thing. Like, so like if one month or one day I don't feel like doing an interview, I'm not motivated to do an interview, but I want to do something else, I know I can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I can do a baguette review if you want. Yeah.
I'd love that. I would love a review on some good baguettes. Like,
So, yeah, this is
I
my-
genuinely would love that. Like, and then it's got to be the like sort of tagline. It's got to be your skin, but like how I always want to do, holding the baguette with the beret and the stripy t-shirt with like a French moustache.
I mean, to be fair, if you want to reskin my skin to do that, just go ahead. Really, it would be really funny.
I am honestly so tempted to put like a stripy shirt on your skin.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna do it. I swear, I'm gonna do it.
Like with the baguette on top, like something like the baguette on the back or something. Really
Yeah.
sick.
Oh yeah. I've got to now. I've got to. That'd be hilarious. I would love that. And then we need to get one of your sounds, like one of your taunts, to just be French laughing. And that'd be nice.
Or like take damage, like croissant.
Yes. Oh, I'd love it. It'd be perfect. Oh, but see what I mean? Like you can literally do anything on the post, and you can do, like I said, you can help with news. I do some at news, as does Wolfy helps out with news a lot. So does Helena.
Yeah, you want to do news or like anything really. Like,
yeah, there's
just
so
anything you
much.
want.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. Like you could do video game reviews. You could do. You don't have to be a review, but you could do video game reviews. You could do top picks kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, so you could be like, oh, these are my favorite video games of the month. So anything like that. Or you could do music. You could do TV, films. It doesn't have to be JAWA or JK related. Is my point.
Right into like Helena has this
yes.
JAWA series like that she writes. That's quite awesome.
Yeah, and I think
something
we're
like-
Iron that used to do a poetry corner.
Poetry,
Yeah? Yeah, so you can do things like that.
Yeah, it was quite great. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked that because I love a bit of poetry. Me, so that was always fun.
So
But
if
yeah,
you want to do that, if you want to do anything, you just ask to be on the post and we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
And if your English isn't that good either, it's not a problem. Arwen, the week month will pick that for you and Helen too.
yep. And I've
just,
been proofreading as well. So you've got like a few, you know what I mean? Like we've got like obviously Wolf is obviously French and I'm obviously British and stuff like that, and then Arlen's German. Do you know what I mean? It don't matter where you're from, and if you're English, if it's not your first language, or even if it's not that good, like I said, we all proofread it.
Yeah, I can give you some tips
so,
that
yeah.
no problem.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It might even be helpful to learn. To be fair.
Yeah, that's pretty much how. Well, not entirely, but that's how I learned it.
Yeah, because I know I've got a friend, nothing to do with JAWA, but I've got a friend who sometimes does like writing and stuff like that, and then like I'll proofread it with another friend and sort of explain why we've changed a certain word because it didn't fit with what she was trying to say, and then from then on she just knows the kind of words that she should use in that sentence kind of thing instead of what she thought kind of thing, because she's learning, because she's from Puerto Rico, so she speaks Spanish kind of thing. So yeah, it can always help that and stuff. But post is fun because there's literally no end to what you could do. Like it could be anything, as long as it's PG. But it could be anything essentially. So if you've got an idea, or even if you don't have to have a section. When I first joined, I didn't
create a section name for you, but it doesn't have to be like a regular thing.
Yeah, so like you don't have to have like
It's just like a little gimmick thingy, so
Yeah.
just separate the post out and give a visual cue or some sort of like some sort of identity to your universe, whatever. It doesn't have to be like a regular thing.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you want to take over the Doctor's puzzle, because the Doctor's not been a member of the post for months now, but it's still a thing that we like on the post, and I enjoy it, and I know Helena really likes it and don't want to get rid of it, but there's sort of no one to run it. So if you wanted to take over that's there. You could do puzzles, like you just change the Doctor to your name, and change the picture of the Doctor to you. So like that can be changed. You know what I mean? Like, and you can run that. If you want to help on a different section, like if you're a bit into like making, because my creative corner's like got no what do you call it, like no limit to it, so you can pretty much make any artwork, any kind of thing. If you wanted to sort of jump in, you didn't want to do it as a regular thing, but you wanted to jump in and make something, and I've seen it on the interview and stuff like that before. where you just like basically cross out my face, but I'll put your face over it and cross out my name and put your name above it, and then like just do one and just take it, and I'm fine with that. Less work for me. So there's just basically contact Helena and Wolfy, or Wolfy, like either one or both. Or I guess you could contact a council member. I'll pass it on. If you wanted to contact me, for example, I'll pass it on to Wolfy and Helena. Just contact like either a council member, or mainly please do contact Helena and Wolfy. And join, because the more members, the better the post will be.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, join EPs, join the post. You can also join the nights, but that doesn't need an advertisement because everyone always joins that anyway.
Yeah.
Join them if you want to, and yeah, have some fun. Also, if you join any club, just as like a side note, you're not stuck in that club forever. If you wanted to leave, you can leave. Like, just so you're aware, like it's not a thing where once you're in, that's it.
You're stuck forever.
Yeah, it's not that. So don't worry. If you want to leave, you can leave. Don't worry about that. So announcement. Some of the stuff we've got. There's not that many, but there is a few good ones in here. We'll start off with some award type announcements. First being member of the month for April. We gave it to Babu Freight for his activity. He's always friendly on the server, and also, if you weren't aware, he donated a base server to JAWA. I don't know the name of it, but if you want to know the sort of IP for it, and because you want to go on base or whatever, just ask a council member or someone in the nights, and we can give it you, or Babu himself, and it can be given. But yeah, he donated a base server. So JAWA have like a home to train on base if they want to, or just play on base, because sometimes people find that fun. So you know, I don't train anywhere, so it's not my thing. But like if anybody wants to, and anybody's interested, Babu has that. So yeah, he got a member of the month. So his face is now on the homepage of the wiki. Yeah. So well done, Babu. Thank you for donating that and paying for that out your own pocket. That's a big commitment. That's amazing. So thank you for that. And well done.
Thank you, and well deserved. You know, and just as a side thing too, you know, you've been a very positive presence in nights, and that's always a good thing. Especially as, you know, not everyone plays well every game, and you know, it's always good to have, you know, positive reassurance from your club mates. So yeah, thank you for that as well.
Oh, for sure. Babu, if you've not seen him or anything like around or whatever, then you've probably not been on the server, because he's always on there. He's always lovely to talk to. Very skilled player as well, which is always nice to see, and just clearly very happy to help JAWA, which is wonderful. So definitely well deserved. Thank you, Babu. Well done. Hope you enjoy your face being on there for a month. It's always fun. So yeah, that was member of the month. Next up, we've got 2 participation awards. The first one, for long-standing member, everyone should know, Dace. That was given to him for his activity as an admin, a member in general, and in nights, and his overall positive presence. Jesus, I can't say it any words today. Positive presence. So just around, like in Discord, on the forums, on the server, in voice. You know, Dace is, like I said, a long-standing member. He's a very old member now. Been in JAWA a long time, and always a pleasure to be around. So congratulations, Dace. Very well deserved.
Yeah, and you know, we talked a little bit earlier about a lot more presence on the server, and you know, definitely some more negative presence. It's very important that the admins have been stepping up, and Dace has been one of those. So thank you for, you know, dealing with the negativity and you know, doing it in a good way. So
100%, yeah. All the admins have been doing some amazing work, because it has been very, very tough. But Dace is one of those that if you call for an admin, Dace normally responds. He's one of those one of the few people that like sort of are first to respond to it. he's also just generally on the server, keeping it very a very nice place to be instead of a very negative and toxic place, which sort of has been leading towards through no fault of our own for a bit now, and just generally like I say, he's always active in general. He's always on nights. He's always at nights and stuff. He's obviously a nights member, and he's in voice a lot as well, which is, it's been really nice to chat to Dace and stuff like that, because he's one of them members that, again, I knew from back in the day, but I never really spoke to. A bit like Wolfy, I never really spoke to him back in the day, but I knew of him. And then since coming back and stuff, I've started speaking to him and stuff, and he's just so kind, and so lovely to sort of like talk to and be around.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dace, for everything. Very well deserved. Glad you've got a participation award. Yeah, 100%. And then the second participation award went to the man of many names, Joker, Bromista, again, whatever you want to call him. I'll just
Praying.
Praying, Joshua, whatever you want to call him. I'll just call him Joker for this because I'm used to calling him Joker. So Joker received his participation award for his consistent activity on the server and nights, and overall positive and welcoming presence. Similar to this, Joker is at nights a lot, on the server a lot as well. He's always just very friendly and very nice to be around. Always up for a duel as well, if you ever wanted to duel Joker. And yeah, just a really nice person to be around and chat to. So congratulations, very well deserved as well.
Agreed.
Congrats. Yeah, as well said earlier, like, just been here forever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, definitely. Like both amazing members. One a very long-standing member, and one longer than I remembered standing member. But yeah, amazing work, Dace and Joker. Keep it up. Well done. Congratulations. And then the next award. The next award we're giving out is one that's quite a big award. I mean, they're all good, great, and big awards and everything, but the contribution award, as you guys may know, is one of the best awards that you can get. So, it takes a lot of work to get a contribution award, and we gave out a contribution award to Wookie, simply because he's been a great member. Again, very active. He's a server admin. He's been doing great with that. And he also, similar to Babu, we donate in the base server. Wookie actually donated 2 JAWA servers. One of them, you guys may know, it's where Nights Practice is held, which is JAWA Central server. And then the other one is, I believe, is it an SP server?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's SP, yeah. So we've got...
Base, I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, so we've got basically now we've got 4 servers. Not all of them are named anything to do with JAWA, but we've got main, which is MP, we've got Central, which is MP, then we've got an SP server from Wookie as well, and we've got a base server. So now we've got 4, and Wookie is responsible for 2 of the 4, so he's responsible for half of them. Again, out of his own pocket. Nobody asked him to do it. He just did it out of the goodness of his heart, and he's been hosting, I think, the Central server for at least 6 or 7 months now. It's been a while.
Yeah. It has.
And that is just amazing. It's very kind of you, Wookie. We really, really do appreciate it. And just you're just a great member to speak to, you know. Again, in voice, on the server, you're very active and very well deserved for a contribution award. So massive well done for that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And bananas.
Oh yeah, and bananas, of course. Banana.
Bananas.
Yes, banana. Well done, Wookie. Well done, Joker, Dace, and Babu. All amazing work, guys. And very well deserved awards. So next thing, again, I mention this every podcast, so you may be sick of it, but I don't care. Okay, it's my baby. Signature of the week. Please get entries in, guys. Come on. We've had a few new people joining in with that. For example, like Sato, Nightwing's still doing them as well. I do them. We've had some other people doing them and stuff like that. I think in the last one, as of time of recording, there was Where did they put one in that don't normally put one in? Oh, Coffee put one in, which was lovely to see. So there's always a different topic going on. It's every 2 weeks, remember? I'll keep reminding you guys, because I think some people still think, because it's called Signature of the Week, it's technically Signature of the 2 weeks.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I actually did think it was, until you told me the other day, it's still every week.
Yeah, nah, we changed it. Me and Andy changed it a while back now, obviously, because it wasn't getting enough traction, kind of thing, like not many people putting in, and we thought, well, maybe, and it is true, a week's not that long. Especially when
I
people
think 2
are busy.
weeks is good.
Yeah, 2 weeks is that nice balance where it's just long enough where you've got enough time to think of what you want to do, make a signature and put it in, but then also not too long where you just sort of sat there waiting for ages and ages, like for another one to come about. So it's like nice, like balance. But yeah, we've got a few new people joining in with Signature of the Week, which is awesome. New captain, which I think I mentioned last time, is Sefafar. He's like co-captain with me, or co-manager. It's not really captain, is it? It's co-manager. So he helps me run it. I am still in the middle of training him. That's why you won't have seen one pop up from him. But don't worry, soon. Promise you, he will start doing it every alternate every 2 weeks, like me and Andy used to do, and me and Lone Star started. But yeah, get some signatures in, please, because I'm tired of it being just one or two people, and it's very like, it's not that much variety. I like a good variety. Also, if you've got any topics that you would like to see being done because you want to make a signature, or you want to see some signatures be done from him, let me or Seth know, and we will put that on the list. It might even be the week after's one, because we haven't really got a list of new stuff to do yet. So yeah, put them in, give us some ideas, and I look forward to seeing people's signatures. It's always fun. And then the next one, go on.
Also too, the drawing competition, which we referenced in the last episode, is now in the voting stage. Yeah. So go vote, even though I think we all know who's gonna win. Yeah. But go vote anyways.
Yeah, Katie's drawing competition. I knew there was something I had to forget off this list, and that was it. Katie's drawing competition. Yeah, we got 3 entries, including Katie herself, which is wonderful to see. I would like to see that being done more often, if Kitty's up for it. I would like to see more drawing competitions, because it's different to other stuff. Obviously, like Signature of the Week is obviously not drawing. I mean, you can draw, but it's not primarily drawing and things like that. So it's nice to see a different type of competition. So I'd like to see that be done a bit more often.
Yeah, it's kind of like the wallpaper contest that we do every...
It's supposed to be every... So I run that now. But it's supposed to be every season, I think. But nobody ever did every season. So it's always at Christmas. It's always a winter wallpaper contest. Always. Sometimes you might see a spring or a summer wallpaper contest. I think I might put one in for summer, because it might, I don't know, be nice to distract people from the fact that they can't go outside by making a nice wallpaper of outside, and they can just look at the computer screen with it like being on the background. So I might do a summer one. But yeah, you're right. It is like the wallpaper contest. It's just a bit different. Signature of the Week's obviously every 2 weeks. Wallpaper contest is once or twice a year. It's having something different, like a drawing contest thrown in there as well. Keeps it like sort of fresh. It keeps it different, and new things coming in, and also new talents. Because I knew Katie could draw, but who was it that put the other drawing in? The one of Obi-Wan. Let me see.
Oh no, that was that Virgil?
It might have been Virgil. I'm thinking it is Virgil. I didn't know Virgil could draw like that, so I'm finding things out.
I think it was Virgil.
I think it was. I'm just clicking on your link to showcase and requests. Bear with us. This is an intermission of me trying to find out. Here we go, voting. on who did the drawing. So I know Coffee put one in. I know Katie put one in. And Virgil, yeah, it was Virgil who drew over one. Like, people's talents are coming out. Like, and I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, and I think, you know, you and I were talking about this before, but if you have like a contest idea that's like not the drawing competition or is similar to that, you know, feel free to speak to Rose or to Seth to kind of like get that going, because we're all more than interested in seeing more artistic stuff. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, you speak to Rose, that is me. Speak to me, you speak to Seth. You can go to any council member or leader, really. I would say the 3 people that are maybe best to go to is me, Seth, and Cleo. Because we're sort of doing a lot of like the arts side of JAWA. Even though there's no arts club, we are dealing with like the arts side of JAWA, so like the signature of the week, obviously wallpaper contests, things that just need artistic stuff done for JAWA. We're sort of the council members to do that. So I'd say speak to either any of us 3 or any other council member if you want to, or leader, and we can get that sorted. I mean, usually if you'll post like Kitty did in suggestions, Chryso just tagged me, so I'll see it anyway, because he'll probably tag me, and then I can PM you and be like, right, if you want to do this, you know, this is the places you can do it in, go for it. You know, I mean, like, it's very rare that I'd ever say no, because like any idea is good. So yeah, please come to us with ideas, because I would love to see more competitions and things like that done. So yeah, skin pack is the next one on the list. Last episode we said that skin pack 46 submissions were open. It is actually out now, so download that thing so you can see all our pretty skins.
yeah,
there's some good ones. I've edited mine a bit. Like, my skin is the same as what it was last time, but I've taken out some old skins, so it's less size and less confusion. And I've also redone the thumbnails of them all, like the little where the images when you click on in profile to change your skin. I've redone all them. So mine's in there. Sato's done a whole skin and stuff, because if you don't download Sato's, I'm pretty sure you'll see that he's using my skin. He just edited. He basically chopped off the middle part of my skin, put a different head on and stuff like that. With me and Doctor. So download so you can see his. There's a bunch of other people's in there. You need to download it, because honestly, I don't know how people play just seeing Jan and Kyle. I can't do it. If I jump on the server and I just see them now.
I was at the league last time with like skin pack version 30 something. Like so many cars and Jan's like
yeah, like I know if you've got Eternal, it like mixes them up, because I've got Eternal, so it mixes them up, but still, like, it's very like generic skins that I see when I don't have their skins installed, and it kind of bugs me, so I don't understand how people can do it. Because I'm just there like I can't tell the difference on who's who. Like, you know, if you've got a skin and stuff like Wolfy, you know it's Wolfy from a mile away. Me, people know my skin now. Doctor, people know his. Clear, people know yours. Do you know what I mean? Like, people know our skins as us. So if everybody's walking around as Kyles and Jans and stuff and Twi'leks, I can't tell who's who. And I'm sorry, but I can't. I've got no clue. So download it. There's some good skins in there. Talents have been shown. I think Aries got one in there as well now. Similar to the one she already uses, but it's got like a mask on and a Sailor Moon thing on her head. So yeah, download it. It's on the forums. It'll be under.
It's in the updates and announcements.
Yeah, updates and announcements.
And if you have any issues with the skin pack, please let Doctor know.
Yes.
He's the one who put it together.
Yeah, he's the one that puts it together. He's also the one that's made 90% of the skins. So message Doctor if there's any problems, or if you see a problem with somebody else's skin, like not just the skin pack itself. If you see a problem with someone else's skin because you downloaded the skin pack, it's like no, he'll probably be able to know how to fix that. But yeah, download it. It'd be great. And then the last thing is kind of similar to what it is basically what we've been speaking about throughout the whole thing. For members of JAWA that are listening, we are doing a clan meeting. At time of recording is tomorrow, so you won't hear this. Yeah, once you've heard this, it'll be after we've done it. The reason why I put it on there is basically what we were talking about earlier about coming to us and this, that, and the other. We have had a few instances, again, not naming any names because confidentiality. We've had a few instances of people just upping and leaving and then reporting problems after the fact that it's already got so bad that they want to leave. The clan meeting is kind of to talk about that and also other stuff. So if obviously this is after that, but this is what clan meetings are for. So even though you're hearing this after the clan meeting's already been, hopefully it went well. I hope her future us has gone, yeah, no, this was a great idea, I'm glad we've done this. So hopefully by the time you're hearing this it went well. But just in case, if there's anything, obviously you come to us. That's completely fine. We've spoke about that. Clan meetings are, I think, a staple for a good clan, and we haven't done one in a long time. And for that, I apologise because I cannot remember the last clan meeting. I've been to council meetings, and there's been ceremonies of things like council ceremonies and the birthday celebration and honours, and all of them have already been, but and meet and greets. But we've not done a proper good clan meeting for so goddamn long, and they're so good because it's basically, for those who don't know, if you're new members and that and you've missed it, you missed the clan meeting, you don't know what it is. Basically, the council and leaders will be on the server. It'll just be JAWA members, no outside, like, you know, no guests, no friends of JAWA's, nothing like that. Just JAWA members, and it's where we all stand, we all like sit down or whatever. We stand up if you've got a question, that kind of thing, and then it's basically a safe space and a free space to voice concerns, ideas for things that you've got, any positive feedback, any negative feedback about the clan or anything like that, or the council and leader. And it's like a safe space where nothing is judged, if that makes sense. It's kind of like an AA meeting but for a clan. So you're not judged, but like, you know, you're like, it's a good place to get things off your chest, basically.
Yeah, and this, you know, we talked about this earlier, but if it's something that you don't feel comfortable talking about on the server, like in front of people, you could still come to us privately.
Yeah.
That's totally okay too, you know, and like the whole purpose of this meeting is not to talk about each other or, you know, maybe some things that are happening on the server. They're more for talking about, you know, the clan as a whole and sort of like the infrastructure that's in place when it comes to sort of event stuff, clubs, you know, sort of any of that admin, any of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so if you've got any
or
like
things that, you know, I was just gonna say, you know, things that, you know, you feel should be changed or that you're not happy changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that we might have already previously talked about or whatever. So
exactly, yeah. And it like that, and obviously it's not a place to bash other people and certain people in particular, but if you've got a problem with council, that doesn't count. Like, you can say that, like, council as a whole. If there's something that you're not happy with, if you want us to maybe try and change something, whatever it is, it's like a safe space for you to do that. No, I can't remember the last one we had. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we feel it's very important. Me and Claire sorted out the post and stuff. We sorted out the date, that kind of thing. You know, we sorted it all out. Like I say, this is obviously being recorded the day before. However, when you've heard this, it will be after. So if you missed it, apologies.
Yeah.
But this won't be the last clan meeting. I would like to try and get this more frequently. Maybe once every 6 months might be a good place to start. It's like every 6 months we meet back up as as a clan and talk about things. And it's also a place where council and leaders will talk about new things we're trying to put in place, or new things we're discussing and trying to do, and that kind of thing. And anything that you guys basically haven't heard about yet, or if there's something we've mentioned before but not given you an update on yet, it's somewhere that would be doing that as well. So that it's basically a place for us to also open up and tell you some behind the scenes stuff of what's happening that we haven't seen yet.
We will be talking about some of that stuff tomorrow.
Yes.
And it might be a good idea to probably just make like a summary post in Central after to kind of we won't talk about like everything that was talked in the meeting, because that would just be kind of crazy, but in terms of stuff that we're announcing, that's something that we can make a post about.
I think what I'll do is get a notepad up and type down all the things we're going to talk about. If there's anything we talk about that's not on the list as well, I'll add that to it. And then what we'll do, it'll more than likely be from me or Clea, I'm presuming, because we've sort of organised a clan meeting, so it'll more than likely be from us as like a clan meeting update in the Central. But look out for that. It'll be posted by the time by the time you're hearing this. But look out for it, and you'll see that basically things that we've announced are things that I know that I won't say in the podcast, even though you guys have probably already heard about it already. But there's things that me and Cleo have been working on behind the scenes. There's things that Doctor and Chryso will have been working on behind the scenes. Can't think of what they've actually done off the top of my head, but I know they have been working on things behind the scenes. Things that Seth, I think, has probably been working on. There'll be things from all of the council that we want to discuss. I mean, as an example, I mean, it's already public knowledge now already anyway, but things like maybe an update on how the trial master things restructure is going. Things like that will be what we're talking about. But then after that, it'll be members talking then. It won't be council, it won't be leaders. We'll talk as a response, but it'll be you guys telling us like things like I said, concerns or ideas or anything. It'll be like your time kind of thing. So like we'll do our little bit of this is all the stuff, just so you're aware. Because then if we didn't do that first and someone was like, oh, but I want to know about this, but we already knew we were going to say that, it would make sense. That's why we do it in the way that we're doing it. But yeah, look out if you're a clan member. Go into Central. By the time you're hearing this, there'll be an update in there. Go into Central and have a look if you haven't already. Hopefully it's good and structured nicely. And then look forward to from the past, I look forward to the clan meeting in the future.
Yeah, and I think we also in that post included all of our information as well as our personal discords and sort of what country we live in. Yeah. And I think that the important thing is that someone will always be available based on time zone and stuff.
Yes.
And not only that, but like if for some reason something you have is super urgent and the person you wanted to talk to is like in the UK and it's like 3 a.m. or something, talk to someone in the US if it's actually that urgent, you know?
Unless it's me and you want to talk to me, because I'm always up at 3 a.m. But like I would say the best thing to do is if it's urgent, if there's a particular council member you want to go to or leader, message them first. If you don't get a response and it's urgent, then go to someone who's in that correct time zone. There will be, again, that'll be a post that we'll be doing more in detail. That was put on the clan meeting post in Central, but we will be doing another post with other ways of contacting us and stuff like that. There'll be other things on there, along with the same thing you saw in the clan meeting topic, of better ways, of like other ways of contacting us, and things like that. A bit more of a more detailed post on each individual council member, and then you can go to any of us, like, pick a favourite if you want. Nobody will mind, it's fine. But go to one that you trust, go to one that you want to speak to. Like I say, it's best that you know that, like, I mean, there's a few of us in UK, and then the rest of them of the council members are US. So again, if there's this particular time zone, like if it's like 3 a.m. for US. It's probably early morning for UK. So 9 out of 10 of us will be up. So there'll always be somebody. Like, I will guarantee, I would put money on it, that there is always a council member or leader available at any time of the day. Even if it's 4 a.m. for you, there will be somebody there, whether it's me because I'm not sleeping, or somebody's just up because they're up. There is always somebody available, guaranteed. Because by the time I'm going to bed, other people have woken up in the council, and things like that. So, like, there is literally always somebody there. So, like, don't worry if it's like, I don't know, like I say, if it's 5 a.m. for you, somebody will be there, don't worry. Like, whether it's an American or a UK, there will be somebody. And if you don't know who to go to, and you don't really care which one of us you want to go to, you can do a group PM from us all, if you want. If you want any of us to respond, easiest way would be to do a group PM. If you don't want to message us all individually, shove us all together, and someone will reply. But yeah, so
and then everyone else will already be up to date.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then nobody will have to like go to the council or all of that. It'll literally all just be said there. We'll all know. If that's something that you want to do, or you don't care if everybody knows, like in the council kind of thing, just set up a group PM if you want. Like, that works. We've done that a few times. We've had a few group PMs. So, it don't bother any of us. It won't wake any of us up either if we're asleep, if that's what you're worried about. If it does wake somebody up, they should have turned it on silent. That's their own fault at the end of the day. I've started turning my phone on silent when I go to bed because my phone buzzes 24/7. So my phone is usually on silent when I'm in bed. So you won't wake me up if I'm asleep. And if it is something urgent where the whole council need to be up and stuff, again, if I'm asleep, the doctor will wake me up. If doctor's asleep, I will wake him up. Like, if it's mega urgent. If it's just that you want a skin doing, I ain't waking doctor up for that, just so you're aware. Like, I'm not good. That's just expectations there. I ain't gonna wake doctor up if it's anything.
Don't message me at 4 a.m. to ask for a skin.
Yeah.
Because that's a good way to make me mad.
And don't message me to make a skin because I can't do it. So as a skin, I can't do it.
Yeah. There we go. See, if you want a skin, message doctor. He'll kill me for saying that. He's got so many skins that he's got to do still. He did a bunch the other day for the skin pack, but like, nah. He's still got some to do. He's way backed up because he's the only one. If you can skin, by the way, if you're a skinner / modeler, mainly modeler, if you can use like Blender and stuff like that, you know how to do port models into JK. Message doctor because they'll probably have some work for you. Because like, he's the only one actively and openly doing it for other people. So if that's something you want to do, I know he'll appreciate the help massively. Because like I say, it's just him. Bless him, it's just him. Yeah, that's it for the list, by the way. That's why I said that about doctor. That's it for the list. Yeah, I'm just happy I've got chocolate.
That's good.
Yeah, like, I ran out and now I've got loads thanks to my mama. So that's good. I also got a Christmas present from my auntie, even though it's April. So that's fun. It was wrapped in Merry Christmas paper and everything. Like, come on. Oh well. Nice. So, what are your guys' plans for Easter? Do you celebrate Easter? I mean, I know we can't really do anything, but you never know. Do you do much, usually, for Easter?
Not usually. This year, we have Dace's event. We're trying a new event on Sunday, if you're available.
Yeah.
It's called JAWA Dog Fight.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new event Dace came up with. And then this year, I think I'm just gonna FaceTime with my dad and my sister. Like, yeah. I can't really be there.
Yeah. True, yeah. I'm probably, well, I know I'm staying at home, obviously. I've got my Easter eggs now for that reason. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna. I've got Animal Crossing, obviously. Anybody who knows me knows. I got that the day it came out, baby. Best game in the world. But they're doing an Easter event up until Easter Sunday, so this Sunday, 12th. So I'll probably be on there for a little bit because the Easter Bunny's there. I can't remember what you call his name. I think it's like... I can't remember his name. It's a weird name. And he just rhymes everything. But it's the Easter Bunny, so I mean... Why the hell not? I've decorated my island with Easter stuff. And then I'll probably be stuffing my face with Easter eggs. And my mum gave me some frozen food. Like, she'd cooked like a bunch of like really nice food. Well, nice. I say a bunch, like some veg and some roasted parsnips and this minced gravy. My dad made some Yorkshire puddings from scratch. And froze them for me, and so they're in my freezer now, so I can have like a bit of an Easter meal while I'm stuck here, which is nice. Yeah.
Nice.
I usually enjoy Easter. It's going to be very weird this year. But what can
you do? This whole year is just weird.
Honestly, this is
going to continue to be weird.
2020 has been, in my opinion, and I think everybody's opinion at this point, the shittest year possible. Like, I feel like every year's getting worse and worse, because like it gets to New Year and you're like, oh yeah, this is my year, this year's going to be better, and it's worse. It's always worse.
Like every leap year, because this year's thing was really shit, and now it's 2020, it's another leap year, it's really shit too. So.
Yeah, it's just like I just can't. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, nobody can help this, but like, I swear that like each year's getting worse. Like, is it going to be the end of the world next year? I swear down, because it's just getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, so everyone just stock up on bottle caps just in case.
Yeah. Like, honestly though, like,
wouldn't that be a turn of events?
I know. If I had the money and the space, I'd be one of those people now. Like, I wouldn't get them now because obviously there's a fucking pandemic, but afterwards I'd be one of those people that like had like an underground bunker or something, like stocked full of tinned food. Like, I promise you I'd be one of them. Also, that just sounds like fun. Like, not having to use it, but just having that. Because like, it'd remind me of World War II, and I'm not saying World War II were fun before people context that shit. I'm really into history. Like, that's one of the things that I guess I don't really talk about a lot, but like, I really do like history and learning about it. It's so fascinating. And one of my favourite subjects to learn in school, and also to hear off my great grandparents, was always World War II. There's something about it, like, I've been to World War II museums and things like that, and it's just so fascinating to learn about. And like, the bunkers have always been like a thing where I'm just like, if like UK houses came with like basements, you know, I'd be having a bunker in a basement. Like, it'd happen. Like, but it'd be like a cool bunker. Like, I'd have like a bar in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be like a really small little cramped space because I'm claustrophobic. But I'd have like a pantry kind of thing where you've got like your tins and everything else. Like, you can't expire foods. And then I'd have a bar and a TV. I'd basically make it look like fucking Shaun of the Dead, but with a pantry. It's a dream, man. It's the dream. Weird dream, I know, but it's the dream. I'd love a bar in my house. Does that sound alcoholic of me? I don't drink that often at all, but like, I'd love a bar in my house.
No, I mean, I think like if you have like kind of like almost like a space, like a dedicated space that it's kind of just like your entertainment area.
Yeah.
Like video games, TV, and any of that stuff is kind of.
Exactly.
Because I mean, a bar itself doesn't have to be a bar. I mean, it could just be a place where you get drinks, but it doesn't have to be alcohol drinks.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'd love I've got this obsession with bars, I swear, and I really don't drink that often. But like, I love, like, when you go out to a bar kind of thing, I love like a proper old-timey historical bar where it's got like pictures of like what it used to look like, people that used to go in there, you know, that kind of thing. But then I've also always loved a boat-shaped bar. So like the bar in the middle of a pub that's shaped like a boat. And I know that sounds weird, but like I just really like them. And like if I had the money and the space, I'd love like an entertainment area with like a boat-shaped bar and seating and things like that. And you could like, because then when it gets to your birthday, you can host like birthday parties in there, and it's free because it's yours. Do you know what I mean? Like my great granddad used to. My great granddad passed away 10 years ago, but like, years and years and years before that, before he'd like lost his leg and everything, my great granddad, like, there's some stories about him, I swear. They used to live in this upside down flat or apartment if you're American. So like, you'd walk through the front door, and it'd be there'd be like doors that were bedrooms, and then you'd go up the stairs and it'd be your living room and kitchen. So it was like an upside down apartment, and it was awesome. But like in the front room there was like this, I guess it used to be like a storage cupboard, that like kind of like stuck out from the wall. And what he'd done, him and some friends I guess, had like built into it and like got like cut out like a I guess like a window type thing of it, and put a bar in there. And I think that's where having a bar in my house came from, because my great granddad used to have one. And it just looks so cool.
Yeah, I had at my dad's house. There's we have like a pretty finished basement, and we have like a bar area. I mean, it's never really used, but like there was like a mini fridge and stuff back there that you could just put like drinks in. And it was always, honestly, I kind of feel like if you go that route, it's like more like convenience than anything else. Yeah. Like it's like, instead of having to, like if it is in your basement, instead of having to do something where you go like, okay, like I want to get a drink, or one of my friends does, now they have to like go up potentially more than one flights of stairs to like get a drink. Instead, now they can just be like, I can get one here, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I would love it. Like I've got two friends that I go drinking with sometimes. One of them lives near me. The other one has moved now down south, but sometimes he'll come back because his family live here. And when we do meet up, when there's no lockdown, we'll go out to like different bars and things like that. Like we'll go to a bar, we'll have a couple of drinks and stuff like that. And I would just love to be able to just invite them over, go to my own indoor bar. Drinks are free, so they can have as much or as little as they want. Order takeaway while you're there, and they don't have to leave. Do you know what I mean? Like, because the takeaway can just come to the door, but you've had your night out. But like, one of you's not had to go anywhere, but also you're in the comfort of a house, so you're not like out, and it's not like too noisy. There's not like other people you've got to worry about. It's just fun because it's just you guys.
Yeah.
And that's what I really love about it. That, and also being able to host a birthday party in my house, but it actually be fun. Because usually, like, house birthday parties can be fun, but aren't always fun. If you've got a bar and like an entertainment area, that shit's gonna be fun no matter what it is, and no matter who's there. Like, I'd love that.
Yeah, I mean, I think. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're into. I mean, I've had, like, in high school when I was a senior, one of my buddy's house, he had just, like, a table and a ping pong table in his basement.
Yeah.
And we used to just go there and just hang out for hours. Just kind of just, like, hang out on the couch, each take turns playing, like, games of and ping pong and stuff, just kind of, like, hanging out. And it's just, like, when you have kind of, like, a dedicated entertainment area, that's much easier to do.
Exactly.
Because you can just kind of like, and honestly, one thing that's like underrated about those places is like, it's a great way to hang out with your friends, having to spend money.
Exactly.
Like it usually, like you were just kind of saying, like when you want to hang out with, so especially once you get older, it's like, okay, like let's go get a drink or go out to dinner or something, and it's always spending money.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But it's like having something like that. It's so easy to just be like, yeah, just come. You can just hang out. You don't have to spend $1.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, for me, like, or at least in the UK, I don't know if it's a thing worldwide, I feel like it probably is. When you're younger, you'd like hang around in parks and things like that. Some people nowadays obviously hang around shops, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. But you used to hang around in parks with your friends, and you used to like there was a park near my mum and dad's house. You'd sit on fields and stuff that was there, but then they just like a little shop at this like just across the road from the park. So if you'd go like buy what we call like a meal deal, so you'd get like a sandwich, a packet of crisps, and a drink for like £3, and we'd get that, and we'd have like a makeshift picnic and things like that, which you can still do at like 23-year-old, but at the same time it's not, I guess, not as fun as when you were a kid. Like it's just very much that sort of it. Once you've had your thing and that, you're just like, what time is it? Should we pop to the pub? Because that's like the thing that you do, I guess. But like if it's at your house, like you said, it's free. Obviously, like having the stuff like building up the alcohol and the pool table or whatever, that's obviously not free. But once it's there, it's there.
Yeah, and you'll get your use out of it.
Exactly. And that just,
you're not going to have something in which, you won't have something in which you're like, oh man, I'm never going to get my money's worth out of this thing, you know? And like, it's just so, especially once you get old, is that like, you kind of get that stuff. Yeah. Like your idea of hanging out, like, let's just chill and just like do nothing, essentially. Like, let's just play pool or ping pong. Like, my friend, like where I grew up, that's pretty much what they do now. Is like they'll just go to like kind of like a bar or something, and they'll have like a beer or two, but they just sit there and kind of like hang out and play pool. And like that's like something you could just easily do, like, because like it's technically cost money, but in the end it'll still be cheaper because you're not paying the price of bar, you know, like you're getting that stuff at like normal prices.
Exactly, yeah. And like a thing that we do, so like we'll go to a bar. I never just have one or two. That's the problem. They'll like buy me drinks and things like that, and I'll just be there like I'll come home drunk, like guaranteed every time. Like not like out of my head, but like I can feel that I've had a drink. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't just go have one and then come home, because I can't. Like we go for that, and then we end up coming home hours later, and it's like, what the fuck. But then there's also the fact of once you've had a drink, it's not just the drinks that cost money. Obviously, you got to get, and it's the thing, and again, I don't know if this is a UK thing or it's just a me thing or whatever, you always get a taxi home, or cab, whatever you want to call it. Always get a cab home. You never get the bus, you never walk home, you especially never walk home. You always get a taxi, that costs money. And then, that's not cheap. And then, once you're back, you want food because you've had a drink, so you'll get a takeaway. That costs money. And it's like all of it is just so much money eventually. Like you can never go out and have, you can say you're going out for a cheap night out, but it's never a cheap night out.
No, because like, so last year I went to, and there's a bunch of bars down there that we went to. And like you would go to a bar and get like 2 beers for like almost $10 a piece. So you're spending like almost $20 like on beers just for 2 beers.
Yeah.
When you could go to the grocery store and buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack for less than that price.
Exactly.
Right? And you're like, that gives each person more that they could drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh,
not that like you...
It's like, for me, anyway, like me and Josh get this, like, you can get like a crate of like Copperberg, this cider that we like, and you get like 12 cans of Copperberg for £10, which is cheap. And out of that, obviously if you're sharing that with like more than one person, then it is what it is. But say like I got a crate and then my other 2 friends got a crate, that's like, that's 30 quid, but we've all spent £10 and we've all got more to drink. Like a lot more. That's like 12 cans each. That's a lot of alcohol. Do you know what I mean? There's always some left over, and you've spent less than you would, because like that £10, and you might get a taxi home and this, that, and the other, but still, if you go round to someone else's house or they come round, it's still cheaper. And it's just, I don't know. I'm a sucker for like, I'm not good at saving money, but I'm quite cheap. Like I struggle. Like if I need like new clothes or whatever, I'll go to shop and that, and I'll see a top that's like £5, for example, and I'm like, that's way too much money. And that's not even much money, that's like really cheap. But I'm like, I can't spend that. Because to me, I can't justify buying something, whether I get the use out of it or not. I can't justify spending that money. So when I go out for a drink, I love it, but it's so much money that I'm like, I can't really justify it. Like, it's just not.
I think sometimes what we do is like, we, as in I say collective, like as a society, is we tend to call people cheap when they don't want to spend money, which I think is like not the right way to do it, because it's like there's a difference between being cheap, being like I won't spend like 50 cents for a thing, and like being smart with money, right? Like to me, being like, okay, if I'm gonna do this all instead of going out and spending more money, like that's just being smart. That's not being like cheap.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like, I already know, like, it's not like I go to the bar and then I'm like surprised that it costs more.
Yeah.
You know? And then you gotta tip the bartender or whatever, you know? So it's just like, I would just consider that being, I'm smart enough to save money if I just do it. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you buy stuff in a bar, like, the most expensive stuff, like the thing that they give the most value of is the non-alcoholic drinks. That expensive.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't drink, so like when I do go in a bar with friends, which I wouldn't go to the bar otherwise. And I'm like, you order like a Coke or so that it's like €4, like insanely expensive, and just like no other sort to buy this kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just so much fun. It's like if you're drinking, for example, like you say, if you don't drink and that you're drinking, first pop that comes to my head is just because I've got it in front of me. If you're gonna get like a Pepsi or a Coke, it's like so much more expensive, where you could literally spend like, I don't know, like £2 and buy like a big bottle, rather than spending like say, £4 for a glass. And it's like it's just.
And it's not even going to be like a glass. It's like advantageous to you as a customer. Yeah. It's going to be advantageous to the bar.
Oh yeah, exactly. And like, cause then you got that, and then obviously, like I said, alcohol's expensive, and then just regular pop's expensive. And like, even if you just want like a bit of a snack, let's say like a packet of crisps, or maybe we've got this famous like chain of bars kind of thing. It's like bar/pub grub thing, where you like this food called Witherspoons. And everyone loves Witherspoons because it's cheaper than most other bars, but it's not cheap. But they also sell food, and like by entering it, you've come out and you've spent like so much money, and you're just like, how? What did I do? Like, I'm not even drunk. I'm not nothing. Like, what is this? And like when you're not drinking and stuff, you're like, I've had a couple of glasses of Coke, and I've had I've had a bit of food. I'm like not even full, and yet I've spent so much money. And it's just ridiculous. But I can guarantee you, after all this lockdown's over, the bars are going to make so much money that it's not even funny. Because like, I already know.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I mean, alcohol in general is going to sell well right now. But yeah, that's definitely for sure that, like, after this, they're definitely going to be making some good money.
Yeah,
because people are going to be wanting to get out.
Oh yeah, the amount of people that I've spoke to that I know that just want to go to the bar, that's all they want to do. My friends have said, as soon as this lockdown's over, we're going out. Like, I don't give a shit, like, we're going out, because like we've not seen each other in ages anyway, but then now we can't, and it's just like, we're going out, we're going to the bar. And if the lockdown ends, and I am hopeful it does end soon, but if the lockdown ends and all this crisis is over, whilst like, and it's still summer, like it's going to be summer, they're going to make even more, because in summer bars always make more, because especially here anyway, you buy alcohol, you want to go out, you go out, and it's during the day as well, it's not even at night. Like, people do go, like, they're still out at night, but you start at like 2 p.m. because, like, I don't know, like, say on a Saturday you're off work, you go to bar at 2 p.m. because it's red out outside, you go with your friends and that, you sit in the beer garden, and before you know it, it's fucking like 9 p.m. and like you just sort of move inside because it's got a bit colder or whatever, and then you keep drinking anyway, and then by the time we're like, and like, it's a weird thing as well, I found in summer I can't seem to get drunk. Like, I go out and that, but like, I don't get drunk, it's like the alcohol just absorbs and it's just nowhere. And like I'm just not drink in summer. Like when I went on holiday last year with my parents, literally from as soon as we left the caravan to going back home later on, like back to the caravan sort of thing, where we were staying last year, we would drink constantly. Like we'd like go for a walk on beach and then we'd pop to a bar, and then we'd go for something to eat, then we'd pop like in a bar, and we'd be always drinking because it's just a thing that we do on holiday. And I was never drunk. I was drinking so much and I was not drunk at all, not even once.
Yeah, I mean, if it's hot enough and you're kind of like sweating and you're exercising a lot and you get food, you can kind of combat the effects somewhat.
Yeah.
The worst is when it's like
if you drink something non-alcoholic, like in between round beer or something, you are more likely to not get drunk.
Yeah. This thing, like I drink in summer. I drink cider a lot. Like I do like cider anyway, but in summer cider's like the drink of choice. I think it's like it's fruit air. It kind of does quench your thirst more than beer anyway. Beer does not, but cider does. To me, some of them, unless you get a bitter one, not a bitter one, like a dry one. But if you get like fruit when it quenches your thirst and stuff, it's very like you put ice in it and stuff, and it's just nice and cooling. Because you don't really put ice in beer, but you do in a cider, and it's fine. And it's just like my drink of choice. And I cannot count how many ciders I had on holiday. I really can't. I had so many. And like every drink I had, it was cider. Bar one, I went to a corner shop and I bought myself a Pepsi because I think we were going for a walk on beach. So I couldn't have alcohol or anything. I didn't have it there. So I was like, I'm gonna go buy myself a pop because it's red hot and I'm gonna need something to drink. So I bought myself a Pepsi and some chocolate because it's me and I buy chocolate everywhere I go. What the fuck? Google, I didn't say shit. Shut up. My Google keeps saying stop. Google keeps saying things to me and it's creeping me out a little bit. Nobody said anything in any way, shape or form like, Google, and she'll respond to nothing. And it's freaky and I think I've got ghosts. So like I literally drank so much and I didn't get drunk once, and I can't fathom it, because then when it's winter and if I did that, then when it's cold and that and I do that, I'm pissed instantly. So I'm like, what? I guess maybe it's also not thinking about it. Yeah, you're just sort of drinking, you're doing other things, like you're eating, you're walking around and that, so it kind of just goes away really fast.
Yeah, when you just have to be careful when it's like very, very humid, because if you don't keep up like with hydration, with like water and sort of like keeping your stomach full, it like makes being drunk way worse.
Yeah.
I in college, we were going to this concert and we were pre-gaming, so we were drinking before.
Yeah. And
definitely went overboard, number one. But number two was we weren't anticipating like that we were going to have to stand in line outside.
Yeah.
Because it was like a college concert. So like it's not like a regular concert where like much more security and, stuff like that. So we were just anticipating like, okay, you're just going to be able to get right in. And we ended up having to stand outside in the dead, like humid heat where it was like 80 something degrees and just very, very sticky, like the most uncomfortable weather. And that it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And I remember like it was just an awful experience.
Oh,
like
God.
But it was just because like even though I was trying to keep up with the hydration, being out in that humid heat just like exacerbated the negative effects and just made it
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Like that does not sound fun. Like at all.
And it was just very bad. Yeah. I felt like the whole night was just me just like teetering on the edge, just hoping to make it through and like being like I do not feel good at all.
Yeah. Oh my God. I remember when I went to see my one true love, Robbie Williams, in concert a few years ago, and obviously I was of legal drinking age, so I'd gone and got a beer for me and a beer for my mom. and that was while a support act, which is like an 80s band Erasure, were playing. And then we went and got another one. So I'd only had 2 beers, but because I'd not eaten, right, because I couldn't, I just felt so sick because I was so nervous, because this is somebody, if anybody listening didn't realise, this is somebody who I've loved since I was 3 years old. I have listened to his music daily, pretty much all the time. I am so in love with him and his music, and I'd never seen him ever live before, like ever. So this is my first time ever seeing him. I'm 21-year-old. It's like for my birthday, I'm like this emotional wreck, because I only found out that I was seeing him the day before, so I didn't even have time to prepare myself. So I was drinking. I was crying because I was so like happy and stuff. I was literally crying so much at the concert. I'd not eaten. I'd not had anything else, and we were outside, and it was warm because it was summer, because my birthday's in summer. So this was like 13th of June, as my birthday is the 12th of July. So this was like getting close to being like midsummer, so it was getting really hot, and I regret it now, because I wish that I'd only had like 1 beer or something. Like I think by the end of it I'd maybe have had like 3 or 4, which is not a lot, I know, but again, I wasn't eating and it was hot. And I have this like thing, like when I think back at it and stuff, like I could feel myself being a little bit drunk, like a little bit tipsy and a little bit drunk, and I wish that I wasn't, because I'm like, I wanted to be like fully sober and seeing him, but I wasn't, because I was so nervous and I was just drinking, and I was just like, shit, what have I done?
Yeah,
and it was hot and everything.
The good thing to have is like when you're drinking, like pretzels and stuff is really good for sort of combating the effects of.
Yeah.
But I actually made a rule myself, like after that I was like, if I'm going to a concert, like I'm not drinking it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to. It's not even because like if you're like slightly tipsy, you know, cognizant, really still enjoy it. But it's like I just want to enjoy what I see, and like I don't want to have anything in the way of me doing that.
Yeah, and I completely agree. Because like every time I've been to a concert beforehand, bar one, I went to see Lady Gaga and I had a drink. So I didn't feel any effects of that or anything. I just had a drink, because that was like the first. I was 18, so it was the first concert I'd been to and I could drink. So I had one. But every other concert, mainly because I was too young, but every other concert, I never needed alcohol to enjoy it, because I was there to enjoy the artist. Do you know what I mean? I had the best time without alcohol, so I didn't need it. But I think because I was allowed it, and my mum kept giving me money to go buy it, I was like, well, I'm gonna buy it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna turn that down. I'm gonna go buy another pint of beer, like easy.
Yeah.
And it was.
I guess like if you were going to like a festival type thing, maybe you could get away with it, because like it's not really a typical concert. But in the case of something like going to see like Lady Gaga in particular, right? It'd be like, okay, well, I don't want to. I want to see this. I want to remember.
Exactly.
Inebriated.
Exactly. And like I've been to 2 concerts. Well, I've been to more than 2, obviously, but like there's been 2 concerts that stick out in my mind mainly because they're like my favourite people. So there's been obviously Robbie, and then there were JLS when I went to see them. Now, when I went to see JLS, I was 13, so I couldn't drink, so that was fine, and I was completely sober and everything. But then when I went to see Robbie, I really do wish that I hadn't drank, or I had only had like 1, because though I remember it, I weren't drunk by any means, but I could feel the effects, and I feel like I didn't ruin it, but like I wish I could remember it, of just being how I am like now, completely sober. And like just in that moment, and I remember being in that moment and everything, but I also remember the feeling of the alcohol kind of thing. And I think I was just drinking because I was nervous, I'll be honest with you. Like, honestly, I've got videos that I've never seen the light of day of me scream crying at that concert, like actually screaming and bawling my eyes out of so much happiness and excitement, and like I couldn't breathe at one point. Like, my mum's like, calm down and breathe, because otherwise you're going to pass out and you're going to get kicked out. I'm like, I can't do it. Oh my God, I'm not ready. And like, it was like the video, you wouldn't, like the fact that I was doing that at a celebrity, it sounds so pathetic, but like this guy, like everyone knows, I've got a tattoo for him on my neck. So yeah, that should just sort of solve the mystery of why I was doing that, I guess.
I mean, everyone loves something.
Exactly. Yeah. My dad likes to call me, and I quote, an obsessive psycho. So again, that should clear up any doubts as to why.
What's interesting is the fact that he was.
Yeah. Like, I've got my dad.
Like, yeah, my daughter's an active psychopath.
Oh yeah, no, he's open about that. Yeah, like he does this. He started wood burning. So my dad's a cartoonist, but he started wood burning, and I've got this little trinket box on my side that I can see right now, in my living room, that he wood burnt for me. And on the top it says Drop Dead Princess, which is my username on everything. So it says Drop Dead Princess in a Harley Davidson logo because my name's Harley and I'm named after the Harley Davidson bike. And then right at the front, which is the bit that you can't hide, says Obsessive Psycho. He just wood burnt that into this trinket box for me. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
Just every time you're just reminded.
Yeah, it's legit all I see. All I see every single day. I'm looking at it right this second. Like, I can just see Obsessive Psycho. I can't even see top right. I can just see it says Obsessive Psycho. I'm like, cheers, Dad. Love you. It's brilliant though. Like, I mean, I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I always say I'm obsessive anyway, which I am. It's a well-known fact about me. I'm obsessive about everything. My mum says I've got OCD, but in the like obsessive side. So not just like, it's not like cleaning and things like that. I've just like got this like obsessive, like, personality. But my dad just had psycho onto the end of it. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Thank you. I mean, agreed, but thanks. I roll with it. It's fine.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh, I know. It is what it is, isn't it? It's just me. Take me or leave me, man. This is me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that wraps up the podcast. Me talking about being an obsessive psycho. Good end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best ending, in my opinion. Just want to reiterate, thank you.
You got it right.
Yeah.
By the way, it only took 3 times.
Oh, I know. I actually said it. I'm just going to reiterate that we are available to talk to no matter what. Message any council leader about anything. If you're feeling alone at all or feeling lonely or anything, we are here. Like I said, feel free to drop a voice or messages and stay safe. No matter what you do, even if you think that it's not that bad, it is. Stay safe and stay at home if you can.
Yeah,
yes, wash your hands and
be smart.
Stay at home when you can. Like, if you've obviously if you've got an essential job or anything, that's fair. That is what it is. But if you can stay at home, stay at home. It's very important that you do that. And then the sooner everybody sticks to the guidelines, the sooner this will be over, and we'll be able to go out again and do live how we used to live.
Exactly.
But yeah, thank you, Clear and Wolfy, for being on. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank you guys for listening. And like I said, stay safe. And don't be a dick.
Yeah. That's a good rule to follow, just in general. Just don't be a dick.
Just don't be a dick. That's all you need to remember. Stay at home. Don't be a dick. Wash your hands. Don't be a dick. Thank you again, guys. Take care and stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.